Here kicking it with my boy Jordan.
Man, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be
It's good to be here, always.
We done talked about this a long time. It's been a long time coming. And I'm so appreciative that you allow me to voice my, what's so-called rhetoric.
Frederick.
All right, so basically I wanted to take this opportunity and just express how I feel as a whole, a community, being lost as a community.
The community is lost, you saying?
Man, it's yeah, it's in turmoil.
Okay, so how did you come to this?
I came to this epiphany after just studying, just observing people on every level, facets, kids, adults, older people, and it's hurtful and sad to me because I think they fell for the okie doke.
Okay.
There's no women.
Okay.
Because I got some stuff I want to say about
Come on
these
with
women.
it. Come on with it.
I think that they are full of shit, and they don't know that they're full of shit. Or no, they might know, but they don't know why.
Okay.
For instance, systematic oppression, just education, man. You know, people not being evenly yoked, spiritually, mentally, physically, just living in a compound of lies, just lies, you know.
All right, so let me just interface on that a little bit. So with the lie problem, the lie thing, now I just personally feel this is what we're programmed to do. And the reason being, if we wasn't programmed to do that, we wouldn't lie to our kids in the very beginning, because I'll give you a plain example of it. My granddaughter, she says anything that comes out of her mouth, right? But her mom might stop her and say that's not nice to say it to a person. But in reality, she's telling the truth. All right, so if my granddaughter says, ew, this food is nasty, now you making her out of a liar because you telling her, no, that's not nice, don't say that. But she's expressing herself truly of who she is. You know what I'm saying? Now I think personally that we're, as people, period, we're suppressing the natural being of who we are.
Yes, absolutely. Can I piggyback off that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
And that's what I meant. And that's what I meant. People don't really use, I study nature.
Okay.
That's the biggest philosophy and premise of my life. And people do not account for nature. They do what they are trained to do.
Yeah.
The word civilization falls within rules and regulations. They don't want us to go out and make, or not even they, it is not proper etiquette to go out and express yourself what comes natural. And I feel like we should be ashamed of ourselves that we live, once again, under disillusion, what's not natural and what's not true. I don't want to seem all over the place and scatter. I want to connect this to why I said I feel like women are full of malarkey.
Okay.
If you study, which is the biggest thing, education. Education is what's going to save this nation, for us to reshape, rethink, and re-strategize. If you study, you go back and date how we arrived here in North America, over ships, over capitalist endeavors, structure, sequence. And when we arrived here, I believe a couple of the founding places, Norfolk, Virginia, was one of the slave foundations. Black men arrived here on shackles in a system that was devised to oppress and capitalize us. But our black sister has lost faith in the black man. They have no faith or do not believe in us. And so I posed the question when I said earlier I want to ask a question. The question was to my black females, how can a black man succeed you in a system that was designed to fail him since day one?
Yeah, that's deep.
In nature, us not, you know, us, even your granddaughter, you saying her expressing herself, that's not good. I don't like that. We take away what's natural and we replace it with civilized etiquette.
Well, so-called civilized.
So-called. Depending on the mind state. Depending on the mind state.
Right. Yeah, that's deep.
Oh, it's a lot more. It's a lot more where that came from.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get into systematic oppression. I want to tackle so many things that we should talk on. You know, people transitioning, growing in and out of love. What comfortabilities and foundations and premises men stand on versus what a woman is comfortable with, what is correct for a woman's heart. You know, nature says, you know, when married couples get married and they get in a house and they start arguing and bickering, yeah. They don't even know why they're arguing and bickering. You have a woman that thinks she knows best for a man. You have a man that is trying to mold and think he knows best for a woman. You have two sexes that haven't respected their sexuality or their testosterone or their estrogen, and they're taking it and they're fighting with one another. When, you know, some people can look at it and think a man co-enjoying and coinciding his brain with a woman and it being conflict might be completely natural.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel, if you're a real man, an alpha male, in what ways in nature do you think that you are supposed to understand a woman emotionally, physically? You know, it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah.
When you want to talk nature, you know, but we can keep hiding behind, you know, I watch married couples and, for instance, I'm divorced.
Right.
But when I was married, I had $100 band. And that band, it was so significant. It meant so much to me. You couldn't, it meant, the ring was, it didn't even mean, it was what it stood for that meant something to me. But if you look at women in today's society, the first thing that they do when they enter engagement, when they get married, they step in a room and they say, bam, look at these cares he got for me. They're not talking about what's pumping in his chest. They're not talking about the things that really, really matter. You know what I mean?
So what would be the things that really matter, you think?
Man, to a woman, honestly, my studies, and I'll take all the backlash. What matters to a woman, and she might not, when they say I love you, I love you, I love you, what that translates to me now is that they trust you with their security, their mental security, their financial structure. They trust you when they trust you to put yourself secondary for the greater good of their advancement.
The greater for their advancement?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know the saying, a happy wife,
Oh,
happy
okay.
life?
Yeah, now I heard that before. Now I can't abide by that. You know what I'm saying? Because as an individual, I'm already gonna be happy if she's there or not. So if she's not happy, that sounds like a personal problem to me. You already know how I stand on that. So
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join these two into holy matrimony.
Exactly.
And you know, yada 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 and yada yada yada. You know, but what I feel also is, you know, I feel like when a man finally opens up, he's so much more loyal to the situation than a woman. I believe he's much more loyal.
Well, yeah, I think it really depends on the woman.
A man is naturalized to grow content and comfortable quickly.
Yeah,
It doesn't take much.
Now, yeah, you're right about that. I agree, 100%. Yeah, it don't take much for us to be content.
So even living in turmoil, chasing it, we could chase
Yeah.
it. The story of
Yeah, because it's I'm pretty sure just as well as you, we run into different women where they'll run you completely over, and we still in love with them, and be there
Absolutely.
100% behind them or whatever. But I really think it's kind of balanced. I had this discussion with my daughter earlier. All right, so in this universe, this world, it's a negative and a positive. One can't go without the other. You can't have too much positive, you can't have too much negative. It's just like how my car run, right? On that car battery, it's a negative and a positive. You can't run it without one, without the other. I mean, you could take it loose and it'll run off the alternator, for those who know about cars. I'm not a car person, but anyway.
They are definitely equivalent to one another.
Yeah, necessity.
Do you think it's natural? I mean, or should I would say, older couples that's been together 40 and 50 years that made it.
Okay.
Do you think that they were monogamous with one another for 50 years?
Absolutely not.
I completely agree with you.
No, absolutely not. Now, I mean, if you want fantasy,
And it could just be mental, a mental cheating. It doesn't even have to be physical.
right? I agree.
It could be mental. It could be a phone. It could be something as small as.
Now this the one thing that I've been on lately, Jordan, is the mind, right? So I've been working on the mindset of changing a lot of things in my life. All right, so your mind, you can escape anything. It's like reading a book. When you read something, it'll take you somewhere that you've never been before, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so the same thing with your mind. If you think about it, you can be somewhere else, and you can be there physically, but you're not right.
Your body's there, but your mind isn't.
Yeah, your mind could be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm traveling all the time. You know what I'm saying? So until I actually take my physical form and get there. But I think the mind is so powerful, man, and a lot of people don't even realize how powerful their mind is. Back then, yes, I would say 100% the couples was not monogamous.
Hey, you remember the story of Adam and Eve? Just fast forward a little bit. Adam and Eve, man, for the religious people, God told Adam he can inherit anything on the earth and, inherit the kingdom of heaven and enjoy the fruits of the tree or the spoils of the land. Just stay away from the forbidden fruit of the tree, quote unquote. But at the end of the day, from the time a man gets up until he goes to sleep, and especially when he goes to sleep, his decisions throughout the day belongs and has always belonged to a woman.
Okay.
Nature. The oldest drugs is alcohol and vagina. We had brothels. The cowboys was coming in. Where's that partner right upstairs?
The brothels.
Gentleman's Jack. I mean, we got to study, man. Education, man. Education. You know, if you travel across the world, what's considered normalization here may not be normal in other places. I have West African Muslim friends, and as long as the Muslim woman gives her husband the access or green light, it is okay for him to have multiple women. Polygamy.
Okay.
It's really not enough time for us to tackle every issue.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and I just want to, finish. I want to stop pulling the coattail over our children's head. And I think the only way to heal a problem is that we start talking about it. Like, I'm gonna blast the men too. I'm gonna blast them too. I'm tired. They wasting a lot of time. It's a bunch of suckers walking around. I'm tired of these men. I'm tired of them, man. I'm tired of them. Ladies, if y'all hear me out here, don't be a woman that's enticed by a shiny cup with no substance in it. Sometimes your blessing can be right in front of you and you don't even know it.
I agree with that, 100%. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I think I said this, like, I've had ladies say, I can't find a man, right? And I'm like, the guy probably was standing right there in front of you because they don't want, and I see people post stuff about this. So a lot of times they'll pass up that guy that can be great for them, but he's not physically attracted to them. I mean, they're not physically attracted to him. He may not make enough money, whatever. Little simple stuff, you know?
A woman's loyalty to a man really has a lot to do with her emotional state.
So you think the loyalty is emotion?
Period. The day that a man has messed up, hasn't paid this, hasn't done this right, has become a pain in the ass, offers no more mystique, doesn't make her worry, she's not intrigued, then the shiny car at the job wins.
It goes down. You say it goes down from there?
It's down. It's downhill. It's downhill.
My God.
It's downhill. Fellas, you got to watch your fit out there.
Oh my God.
One thing about women, I'm glad you said that because it made me think again. Women been outlasting us statistically. They outlive us. They outlast us for a reason. Because they have been way more poised and way more aggressive and assertive than we have over the years.
You think women are more assertive?
Man, we emotional.
Who emotional?
We are.
How?
Man,
Tell me, fill me in on that.
I'm holding on to my T cells. I'm an alpha. I'm fighting these women every step of the way, and not physically, but mentally. I refused after being charged $100,000 child support motion through court.
Right, okay.
And, I fight to take care of my children. After that, one could feel extorted. That goes back to saying,
yeah, I feel you.
What does love have to do with the piece of paper?
But you got to understand, man. So a lot of women are being misled. So they think if I take your child support, right, the kid is going to be well off without you. And it's not her fault. I don't feel that it's her fault because she don't know any better.
Wow. And we will not heal we won't heal as a whole unless we take accountability. Hey, Butter, take accountability for that snoring over there right now. Hey, Butter, wake up. Hey, Heaven, can you come get this dog? Because we can't have any thought processes blocked right now. Butter 10, y'all. She got congestive issues.
She like, I'm up out of here.
Yeah, but she won't admit it, though. I had to wake her up. Because she won't admit it. She will not admit it. Man, I'm talking about, didn't you see Rose Puwitt Decatur on Titanic when she say a woman's heart is like deep as the ocean? I'm going to tell you, let's just for instance, that woman had, they first of all, she was 80-something and seen them on the news. They flew her out to the little boat they was searching for all the artifacts and searching for the heart of the ocean. We sat in a theater and patronized over $1 billion to Steven Spielberg or whoever wrote that movie. The point that I was trying to make was, we sat in the movie theater and watched Steven Spielberg movie Titanic. We patronized that as a people with over billions of dollars. Or I don't know what it brought in, so don't quote that number, but it went #1 for a long time.
Right.
The point that I'm trying to make, and this correlates to the woman, their emotional state. They flew Rose Puwitt Decatur out while they were searching for artifacts from the Titanic. The whole 3 hours that we sat there and they looked for that diamond, that woman had the heart of the diamond in her bag in the top drawer next to her the whole time.
She just forgot?
Man, this is the most insulting part to me. This is the slap in the face. After telling her story and getting her spotlight and she said she wanted to die on, Jack said he wanted to live a long life. I'm not going to get too off topic, but you know what she did, the most insulting part? She stepped on the balcony with her pretty painted toes, and she then threw the $100 million diamond, or however much it was worth, in the ocean.
You saying this happened in the movie?
That's the Titanic, the premise.
Okay. All right.
The premise of it.
Okay.
They were searching for a diamond, And because of this woman's emotional state, for 3 hours while we sat there looking at this ship sink, the woman had them searching for a diamond that she already had in her bag. So through cinema, through religion, through work propaganda, you know, I work in a place where, man, people got work husbands, work wives.
Right.
It's just, you know, shouts out to the good people out here. Where's the good people that's left? It's like being a good person to put a target on your back. Where's the people that want to be honest? Want to be honest. And it just teased me off, Ray. It just teased me off.
All right, so would you consider yourself the honest person?
Brother, I'm standing on an island by myself. I'm all, hey, you know, it's lonely at the top, Mr. Graves. It's lonely. And when I say I'm at the top, I don't mean financially. I don't mean I'm the biggest rah-rah male in the room. That's not what I mean. What I mean, I'm standing on an island alone because of my mental state. I want to move off education, statistics, not emotion, unity, integrity, morale. I want to get back to a time that was a lot purer than what we're living in. I put something on Facebook the other day and I said 3 things that represents America. I said Donald Trump, TikTok, and one more. It was one more thing. We'll just throw Instagram in there right now. You know, that wasn't the third one, but you know, out of the 2,500 friends that I have on Facebook, that got no response. But as I ride down the street, I see our new generation of women, our little girls, our kids being so influenced. This is my favorite movie they do. That one. That's my favorite one. And my favorite one that the mothers do, that they teach them is.
The mom?
Yeah, the bathroom shot. Booty out.
Oh, okay.
Tongue always out.
Oh, man, yeah, that tongue thing, it disturbs me, man. I don't know why, but that disturbs me.
Yeah.
I've said that to my daughters, like, what's with the tongue thing, man? Why you got to take a picture with the tongue out?
I can go on and on and on. Just, you know, how our sisters and our women and our white women and any women, I don't care what race, color, or creed, I don't care. It's just disillusion and put the pressure on themselves as they do. Our children love a horse's ass hair in their head. The hair from a horse's ass that flies.
Yeah.
I've been doing this to nets all night. A horse's ass hair that shit flies. I'm sorry, excuse my language, feces.
So they love the hair hat, basically.
No, they feel as if their identity is more accurate and expressed within rhetoric, meaning BS, bull crap. You know, that validates them. You know, it's sad. I see a percentage of women. Everybody wants a booty these days.
Oh, well, yeah.
I want the woman in the room with the butt that look like a sheet of paper. And that's why
Look like a sheet of paper.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm on an island by myself. Redhead, freckles, with the butt look like a sheet of paper. Give me the fat girl nobody want. I'll take Bertha. 350. 350.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that's your, you know, that's your preference or your taste.
You know, I'm in a situation where it's like this. You know, and men are liars too. Men are liars too because, you know, ladies, I'm gonna give y'all a secret right now. Love has nothing to do with the sex. The mental relationship has nothing to do with the penis. You could sex your man so good all day long. But guess what? When you go to work or you go live your life or you have to travel out of the States for months at a time, that doesn't mean that your husband, boyfriend, lover, penis stops getting hard. Erectile. At first, you know, he might try to subsidize your relationships and love and emotional efforts by, you know, masturbating or, you know, doing, but, you know, eventually if you leave that man for 6 months, don't expect him not to get a call, girl. Don't expect him not to order someone, because then you will be asking that man to do what's unnatural. You don't want to see that man on the Fox 2 News.
Okay, so do you think any male species is monogamous?
Male and species don't go together. Male and species don't go together. Male, civilized, Webster, proper English. Species, man, I don't care if that woman got one leg, a heartbeat, 6 toes, I'm about to hump her, because it's in my nature to want to stick my penis in vagina. Species. Two different categories. You know, I just want to be honest, so people, you know, we can stop being upset. We can stop hitting false narratives on things.
Yeah.
And we can better protect our children, our future.
Believe me, man, it's somebody out there that's gonna connect and feel everything that you're saying. You know, we're all connected some kind of way. I don't know how, but we are. You know, a lot of people, this as I told you before, you know, a lot of things I might say, people might think I'm crazy or whatever, or, you know, he don't know what he's talking about or whatever, until they actually see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, but by that time, it's too late. But anyway.
All right, so basically, you know, a lot of our women, they would rather opt out of a marriage and a union, and that's why I said men are a lot more loyal towards a relationship.
Well, you're right on that. The statistics is showing that a woman would leave a man quicker than a man would leave a woman.
Absolutely. And, you know, some women believe, why sit in the home and argue with a man 30 days a month when her big brother, Uncle Sam, or the government is offering her a slice of the pie, $600 per kid. She like, I ain't about to deal with this man. I'm arguing to get $800 from him. I'ma just opt out for the 12 kids. Pack y'all shit up. We going to grandma's house. You know?
That's so hurtful.
It is sad. It is so sad. And because of the capitalistic agenda that's taking place, you know, the Willie Lynch pamphlet was like 12 to 15 pages. I suggest everybody read it. It'll take 10 to 15 minutes of your life. And it basically explained how to exploit the slave, it would keep black people in control for the next 500 years. And they have celebrated this man, Willie Lynch. He gathered all the slave owners in the South and met on Stone Mountain in Georgia, Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Okay.
And he gave a quick speech, his 12-page pamphlet on how to control the black man for the next 300, 500 years. And it was basically saying, you pit them against one another. You put the tall one against the short one, fat one against the skinny one, light one against the dark one. And what that would do is enrage and entice jealousy, dysfunction, and, you know, chaos. But where he tapped in, the most powerful point as he had is he took the woman's child, the strongest buck, stud, hooked them up to horses, and disbarred them in front of their mother.
Okay.
So that fear that was instilled into the woman, she never wanted to see that happen to another one of her children, her offspring. So,
all right, that was the end of that. I didn't realize I didn't have enough memory to continue this conversation. Jordan, I really appreciate you taking the time out to sit down and, you know, kicking it with me. Make comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you taking the time out to watch the video. If you watched it all the way through, thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Until next time, I'm X-Ray Guys, and I'll holler at you in a minute.